Okay, for our next example, we got 4 cosine squared minus 3 equals 0. We want all the answers between 0 and 2 pi. So first couple steps, not too difficult. Add 3 to both sides. So I get 4 cosine squared theta equals 3. And then I'm going to divide by 4 to get rid of this 4 over here. So I get cosine squared equals 3/4. Now the next step is a little bit tricky for some people. Need to get rid of that squared, so I'm going to square root both sides. Okay, now make sure when you're square rooting a fraction that you square root the top and the bottom. So I get cosine theta is the square root of 3 over 2. Square root of 3 is just square root of 3. Square root of 4 is 2. Okay, and remember, it's plus or minus. So what that does is it doubles the number of answers that I get to this problem. Okay, so next step, I'm going to arc cosine to get rid of this cosine. So theta is going to be arc cosine plus or minus square root of 3 over 2. So I got to do both sets of answers here, which means I'm going to end up with like 4 answers for this problem. Okay, so the first thing, if I arc cosine square root of 3 over 2, that's pi over 6 plus 2 pi k. And theta is going to be 5 pi over 6 plus 2 pi k. Theta is also going to be 7 pi over 6 plus 2 pi k. And theta is going to be 11 pi over 6 plus 2 pi k. Now, since I didn't change the period on all these are just the answers. I don't really need the plus 2 pi k because if I add 2 pi or subtract 2 pi to anything that's inside this range right here, I'm going to end up with something outside the range. So my final answer here is going to be pi over 6. It's going to be one answer, 5 pi over 6, 7 pi over 6, and 11 pi over 6. So I got 4 answers to this problem.